What if I told you that the person you fear the most is you? Buried deep within your mind lies a hidden self, one you pretend doesn't exist. A self filled with forbidden desires, repressed emotions, and thoughts so dark that you've convinced yourself they're not yours at all. But Carl Jung believed that ignoring this shadow doesn't make it disappear. It only makes it stronger. And if you don't face it, one day it will face you. Make sure to watch the video until the end, because I will show you step by step how your shadow affects your thinking, your environment, and how you can confront it. The shadow represents the unconscious aspects of our personality, encompassing traits, desires, and emotions that we often reject or suppress. This part of ourselves can include anything from our fears and insecurities to our hidden talents and strengths. By acknowledging and integrating the shadow, you can gain a more holistic view of yourself, leading to greater self-awareness and personal growth. The impact of the shadow on your life is significant. It influences your reactions, relationships, and decision-making processes, often in ways you may not consciously recognize. It's extremely important to understand how your shadow affects your life, especially in today's society. We live in a world that often emphasizes positivity and success. The shadow serves as a reminder that your struggles and imperfections are integral to your humanity. Later on, we will discuss practical strategies for recognizing and integrating the shadow into our daily life. Carl Jung's concept of the shadow is a fundamental aspect of his analytical psychology, representing the unconscious part of your personality that contains repressed weaknesses, desires, and instincts. The shadow embodies those traits and emotions that you deem unacceptable or undesirable, often because they conflict with your self-image or societal expectations. This hidden aspect of yourself plays a crucial role in shaping your behavior and influencing your interactions with others. The shadow is not inherently negative. Rather, it encompasses both the darker elements of your psyche and the potential for growth and transformation. By acknowledging the shadow, you can begin to understand the complexities of your unconscious mind, which is essential for personal development and self-awareness. The formation of the shadow is significantly influenced by societal norms and personal experiences. From a young age, you are conditioned to conform to the values and expectations of your culture, family, and social circles. As you navigate these influences, you often suppress certain feelings, thoughts, and behaviors that do not align with what is deemed acceptable. For example, a child who is punished for expressing anger may learn to hide this emotion, leading to the development of a shadow that contains repressed anger and frustration. Similarly, societal standards regarding gender roles, success, and morality can dictate which aspects of ourselves we choose to embrace or deny. This process of repression creates a divide between our conscious self and the shadow, resulting in internal conflict and emotional distress. Recognizing and integrating the shadow is vital for personal growth and psychological well-being. When you ignore or deny the existence of your shadow, you risk projecting these repressed qualities onto others, leading to misunderstandings and strained relationships. For instance, someone who struggles with feelings of inadequacy may project their insecurities onto others, perceiving them as judgmental or critical. This projection not only distorts our perception of reality, but also prevents us from addressing our own issues. By confronting the shadow, we can reclaim these disowned aspects of ourselves, fostering a sense of wholeness and authenticity. Integration of the shadow involves a conscious effort to acknowledge and accept the traits we have previously rejected. This process can be challenging, as it requires you to confront uncomfortable emotions and experiences. However, it is through this confrontation that you can achieve personal transformation. Engaging in practices such as journaling, therapy, or self-reflection can facilitate this integration process, allowing you to explore the depths of your unconscious mind. By bringing the shadow into your conscious awareness, you can begin to understand its influence on your thoughts and behaviors, ultimately leading to greater self-acceptance and emotional resilience. Moreover, integrating the shadow can enhance your relationships with others. When you accept your own imperfections, you become more compassionate and understanding toward the flaws of those around you. This shift in perspective fosters deeper connections and promotes healthier interactions as you learn to embrace the complexities of human nature. Recognizing that everyone has a shadow allows you to cultivate empathy and reduce judgment, creating a more supportive and accepting environment for yourself and others. Ignoring the personal shadow can have significant consequences in your daily life. When you fail to acknowledge these repressed aspects, they do not simply disappear. Instead, they often manifest in unhealthy ways. For instance, you may experience heightened emotional reactions to situations that trigger your shadow traits. This can lead to disproportionate responses, such as extreme anger over minor inconveniences or feelings of inadequacy in situations where they should feel confident. The shadow can also contribute to patterns of self-sabotage, where individuals undermine their own success or happiness due to unresolved internal conflicts. By not confronting the shadow, you risk perpetuating cycles of behavior that hinder your personal growth and emotional well-being. The manifestations of the personal shadow in emotional reactions can be subtle yet profound. For example, consider a person who has repressed feelings of anger due to a strict upbringing that discouraged any form of emotional expression. In a work setting, this individual may find themselves reacting with unexpected rage when a colleague offers constructive criticism. The intensity of their reaction may seem disproportionate to the situation, but it is rooted in the unresolved anger that has been building up over time. This emotional outburst not only affects their professional relationships, but also reinforces the cycle of repression, as they may feel guilt or shame afterward for their inability to control their emotions. Another example can be seen in the realm of jealousy. An individual who has internalized the belief that they must always be successful may repress feelings of envy toward peers who achieve recognition or success. When a friend shares good news about a promotion, instead of expressing genuine happiness, the individual may respond with passive-aggressive comments or withdrawal. This reaction stems from the shadow, which harbors feelings of inadequacy and jealousy that have not been acknowledged. By failing to confront these emotions, the individual not only damages their relationship with their friend, but also perpetuates their own feelings of resentment and insecurity. The personal shadow can also manifest in projection, where individuals attribute their own repressed traits onto others. For instance, someone who struggles with feelings of inadequacy may perceive others as arrogant or boastful, projecting their own insecurities onto those around them. This projection creates a distorted view of reality and can lead to misunderstandings and conflicts in relationships. By recognizing that these judgments often stem from their own shadow, individuals can begin to address their internal struggles and foster healthier interactions. The concept of the collective shadow, as proposed by Carl Jung, refers to the shared unconscious aspects of a society that encompass repressed traits, emotions, and instincts. This collective dimension of the shadow consists of the darker elements that a culture or community tends to deny or overlook, often manifesting in societal behaviors, norms, and attitudes. The collective shadow can significantly impact cultural dynamics, influencing everything from group identity to social interactions. When societies fail to acknowledge their collective shadow, they risk perpetuating harmful behaviors and ideologies that can lead to widespread suffering and division. The impact of the collective shadow on cultural and societal behaviors is profound. It shapes the way communities perceive themselves and others, often leading to the exclusion or marginalization of certain groups. For instance, when a society collectively represses feelings of guilt or shame related to its historical injustices, such as colonialism or slavery, these unresolved emotions can manifest in systemic issues like racism, discrimination, and inequality. The collective shadow can create an environment where certain narratives are celebrated while others are silenced, leading to a distorted understanding of history and identity. This denial can perpetuate cycles of violence and oppression, as the underlying issues remain unaddressed and continue to fester beneath the surface. Historical examples of collective shadow manifestations are abundant and serve as stark reminders of the consequences of ignoring these darker aspects. One of the most significant examples is systemic racism, which has deep roots in many societies around the world. In the United States, the legacy of slavery and segregation has created a collective shadow that continues to influence racial dynamics today. The denial of this history and its ongoing impact has led to the perpetuation of stereotypes, discrimination, and social inequality. The collective shadow manifests in various ways, from the criminal justice system's biases to the economic disparities faced by marginalized communities. By failing to confront and address these issues, society risks perpetuating a cycle of injustice that affects generations. Another historical example can be found in the context of genocide and ethnic cleansing. The collective shadow of a society can lead to the dehumanization of certain groups, allowing for atrocities to occur under the guise of nationalism or cultural superiority. The Holocaust, the Rwandan genocide, and the ethnic cleansing in the Balkans are all instances where the collective shadow played a critical role in enabling horrific acts of violence. In each case, the denial of the humanity of others and the repression of guilt and shame allowed these societies to justify their actions. The consequences of such collective denial are devastating, resulting in loss of life, trauma, and long-lasting societal scars. Addressing collective issues is essential for societal healing and transformation. Acknowledging the collective shadow requires a willingness to confront uncomfortable truths and engage in difficult conversations about history, identity, and power dynamics. This process involves recognizing the shared responsibility of individuals and communities in perpetuating or challenging systemic injustices. By bringing the collective shadow into the light, societies can begin to dismantle harmful structures and create space for healing and reconciliation. Moreover, addressing the collective shadow fosters a sense of empathy and understanding among diverse groups. When individuals recognize their shared humanity and the impact of historical injustices, they are more likely to engage in meaningful dialogue and collaboration. This collective awareness can lead to the development of policies and practices that promote equality, justice, and inclusivity. Societal healing is not merely about acknowledging past wrongs. It is also about envisioning a future where all individuals are valued and respected. Engaging in shadow work is a transformative journey that allows you to explore the hidden aspects of your psyche, leading to greater self-discovery and personal growth. One of the most effective methods for initiating this process is through journaling. By regularly writing down thoughts, feelings, and experiences, you can begin to identify emotional triggers and patterns that reveal your shadow. Journaling serves as a mirror, reflecting the inner workings of the mind and providing a safe space to confront uncomfortable emotions. To start, set aside time each day or week to write freely about your experiences, focusing on moments that evoke strong emotional reactions. Ask yourself, what triggered this feeling? Or, what does this reaction say about me? Over time, patterns may emerge, helping you to recognize the traits and emotions you may have repressed or denied. But journaling is not all you can do. Reflecting on dreams can provide valuable insights into the shadow. Jung believed dreams are a direct pathway to the unconscious mind, often revealing hidden fears, desires, and unresolved conflicts. Keeping a dream journal can be particularly beneficial. Upon waking, write down your dreams in as much detail as possible. Look for recurring themes, symbols, or emotions that arise in your dreams, as these can offer clues about your shadow. For instance, if you frequently dream of being chased, it may indicate that you are avoiding certain aspects of yourself or unresolved issues in your waking life. By analyzing your dreams, you can gain a deeper understanding of your unconscious motivations and begin to integrate these insights into your conscious awareness. Another essential aspect of shadow work is practicing radical honesty in daily interactions. This means being truthful not only with others, but also with yourself. Radical honesty involves acknowledging your feelings, thoughts, and behaviors without judgment or denial. This practice can be challenging as it requires vulnerability and the willingness to confront uncomfortable truths. Start by being honest about your emotions in conversations with trusted friends or family members. Share your feelings openly, even if they are difficult to express. This openness fosters deeper connections and creates a supportive environment for exploring your shadow. Additionally, consider how you communicate with yourself. Challenge negative self-talk and replace it with affirmations of self-acceptance. By cultivating a habit of radical honesty, you can create a foundation for self-discovery and personal growth. As you engage in shadow work, it is crucial to approach the process with compassion and patience. Recognizing and integrating the shadow can be an emotional journey, and it is essential to allow yourself the space to feel and process these emotions. Be gentle with yourself as you uncover hidden aspects of your personality. And remember that this is a journey of self-discovery, not self-judgment. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small, and acknowledge the courage it takes to confront your inner world. Incorporating mindfulness practices into your daily routine can also enhance your shadow work. Mindfulness encourages present moment awareness, allowing you to observe your thoughts and feelings without attachment or judgment. This practice can help you become more attuned to your emotional triggers and patterns, making it easier to identify aspects of your shadow. Consider incorporating mindfulness techniques such as meditation, deep breathing exercises, or mindful walking into your daily life. These practices can create a sense of calm and clarity, providing a supportive backdrop for your shadow work. Consider seeking support from a therapist or counselor who is familiar with Jungian concepts and shadow work. A professional can provide guidance, tools, and a safe space to explore your shadow in greater depth. Therapy can be particularly beneficial for individuals who may feel overwhelmed by the emotions that arise during this process. In Carl Jung's model of the psyche, the relationship between the ego and the shadow is fundamental to understanding human behavior and personal development. The ego represents our conscious identity, encompassing the thoughts, beliefs, and perceptions we identify with and present to the world. It is the part of our psyche that navigates daily life, making decisions and forming relationships based on our conscious understanding of ourselves and our environment. In contrast, the shadow contains the repressed aspects of our personality, traits, emotions, and desires that we have deemed unacceptable or undesirable. These can include feelings of anger, jealousy, fear, or even hidden talents and strengths that we have not fully acknowledged. The dynamic between the ego and the shadow is crucial, as it influences our overall psychological health and personal growth. The importance of integrating the shadow cannot be overstated when it comes to achieving psychological wholeness. Jung believed that true self-awareness and personal development require us to confront and embrace the aspects of ourselves that we have repressed. When we ignore or deny the shadow, we risk living a fragmented existence, where our conscious identity is at odds with the deeper, unconscious parts of ourselves. This disconnection can lead to various psychological issues, such as anxiety, depression, and interpersonal conflicts. By integrating the shadow, you can achieve a more balanced and authentic self, allowing you to navigate life with greater clarity and resilience. This process of integration involves acknowledging the traits and emotions you have suppressed, understanding their origins, and finding healthy ways to express and incorporate them into your life. The ego plays a dual role in this process. It can either facilitate or hinder personal growth. On one hand, a strong and healthy ego can serve as a stabilizing force, providing the confidence and clarity needed to confront the shadow. When the ego is open to self-exploration and willing to engage with the repressed aspects of the psyche, it can guide individuals toward greater self-awareness and acceptance. This openness allows for a more profound understanding of one's motivations and behaviors, fostering personal growth and emotional resilience. For example, someone who recognizes their tendency to react with anger may begin to explore the underlying fears or insecurities that fuel this reaction. By doing so, they can develop healthier coping mechanisms and improve their relationships with others. On the other hand, the ego can also act as a barrier to personal growth when it becomes overly rigid or defensive. In such cases, individuals may cling to a narrow self-image, resisting any acknowledgement of their shadow. This defensiveness can manifest as denial, projection, or rationalization, preventing individuals from confronting the deeper issues that lie beneath the surface. For instance, someone who perceives themselves as a compassionate person may struggle to accept feelings of jealousy or resentment, projecting these emotions onto others instead. This avoidance not only hinders personal growth, but can also lead to strained relationships and emotional turmoil. When the ego is unwilling to engage with the shadow, it perpetuates a cycle of repression and internal conflict, making it difficult to achieve psychological wholeness. To foster a healthier relationship between the ego and the shadow, individuals can practice self-reflection and mindfulness. By cultivating awareness of their thoughts and emotions, they can begin to identify patterns and triggers that reveal aspects of their shadow. This process encourages a more compassionate and accepting attitude toward oneself, allowing for the integration of repressed traits and emotions. Additionally, seeking support from a therapist or counselor can provide valuable guidance in navigating the complexities of the ego and shadow dynamics. A professional can help you explore your unconscious motivations and develop strategies for integrating the shadow into your conscious identity. Acknowledging and integrating the shadow is a transformative process that can yield numerous benefits for personal development and emotional well-being. While the shadow is often associated with negative traits and repressed emotions, it is essential to recognize that it can also contain positive qualities and creative impulses that have been overlooked or suppressed. By embracing the entirety of our being, including the shadow, you can unlock hidden potential and foster a more authentic and fulfilling life. One of the most significant benefits of engaging with the shadow is the discovery of positive traits that may have been repressed due to societal norms or personal experiences. For instance, you may have talents or creative impulses that you have dismissed as unworthy or impractical. A person who has a natural inclination toward artistic expression might have been discouraged from pursuing this passion due to fears of judgment or failure. By acknowledging the shadow, you can reclaim your creative energy and explore your artistic abilities without the constraints of self-doubt. This integration not only enhances self-esteem, but also allows for a more vibrant and enriched life. As you tap into your innate creativity and express yourself authentically, embracing all aspects of the self, including the shadow, is crucial for personal development. When you deny or suppress parts of yourself, you create an internal conflict that can lead to feelings of fragmentation and disconnection. This disconnection can manifest as anxiety, depression, or a sense of unfulfillment. On the other hand, when you acknowledge and integrate the shadow, you cultivate a sense of wholeness and self-acceptance. This process encourages you to confront your fears, insecurities, and unresolved emotions, ultimately leading to greater emotional resilience and self-awareness. By embracing the entirety of your being, you can develop a more nuanced understanding of yourself, fostering personal growth and transformation. Integrating the shadow can also lead to empowerment in various aspects of life. For example, when you confront your fears and insecurities, you often find you can navigate challenges with greater confidence and clarity. A person who has struggled with feelings of inadequacy may discover that by acknowledging these emotions, they can develop healthier coping mechanisms and assert themselves more effectively in personal and professional situations. This newfound empowerment can lead to improved relationships as individuals become more authentic and open in their interactions with others. When you embrace your vulnerabilities, you create space for deeper connections and foster an environment of trust and understanding. Another example of empowerment through shadow integration can be seen in the realm of leadership. Leaders who acknowledge their own shadow are often more effective in guiding others. By recognizing their flaws and limitations, they can approach challenges with humility and empathy. This self-awareness allows them to connect with their team members on a deeper level, fostering a culture of openness and collaboration. Leaders who embrace their shadow can also inspire others to do the same, creating an environment where individuals feel safe to express their authentic selves and contribute their unique perspectives. Moreover, integrating the shadow can enhance creativity and innovation. When you allow yourself to explore the repressed aspects of your psyche, you often tap into a wellspring of ideas and inspiration. This creative energy can lead to breakthroughs in various fields, from art and literature to business and technology. By embracing the full spectrum of your experiences and emotions, you can approach problems with fresh perspectives and innovative solutions. Consider setting aside time for journaling, where you can freely express your thoughts and emotions, identifying patterns and triggers that reveal hidden aspects of your psyche. Reflecting on your dreams can also provide valuable insights into your unconscious motivations, helping you to uncover the traits and emotions that may have been repressed. Embrace radical honesty in your daily interactions, both with yourself and others, as this practice fosters deeper connections and encourages a more authentic expression of your true self. Engaging in shadow work is a courageous and transformative journey that can lead to profound personal growth. Remember that this process requires patience and compassion, as confronting the shadow can evoke uncomfortable emotions. However, the rewards of self-discovery and empowerment are well worth the effort. By acknowledging and integrating the shadow, you can cultivate a sense of wholeness and self-acceptance, ultimately leading to a more enriched and fulfilling life. You now know how your shadow affects your self-esteem, thinking, and environment. Knowing about this is not enough. You did a great job by learning about your shadow. Now it's time to act. Start incorporating journaling and mindfulness. You might even consider professional help. Don't be afraid to confront your fears and insecurities. This will help achieve greater self-awareness, emotional resilience, and personal growth. You're on the right path. I believe in you. Like the video and subscribe to see more content like this.